Welcome to Top 30. Here are today's top 30 stories in 30 minutes.
Working at big companies used to mean bigger pay. For over 100 years, an employee at a company of 100 people or less could expect to see their pay increase by up to 50% when they move to a company of 10,000 people or more. But a study from Stanford University says that has shrunk to just 20%. Researchers studied federal income data from 1980 to 2013. The advantage of working at big companies collapsed in that time. The biggest reason is that large companies are paying less to do the same work. One of the study's authors said it's not that they're hiring worse employees, they just seem to be paying less of a bonus. The trend was most pronounced in low-wage jobs and with employees that don't have college degrees. Experts say one possible reason is those are the jobs most likely to be outsourced. This is your top 30 health roundup. Want to improve your memory and boost your happiness? A new study says eating curry could do the trick. A key ingredient in curry, curcumin, is an easily absorbed supplement, and memory was found to improve by a staggering 28% in participants of the study over an 18-month period. And if you think there's no harm in just one cigarette a day, think again. British researchers now say lighting up even once a day puts you at a much higher risk of heart disease and stroke. You might think that smoking just one of the 20 cigarettes in a pack would only give you a 5% increase in risk compared to those smoking a pack a day. But the study found that men who smoke just one a day carry 46% of the risk that a heavier smoker does in the chance of heart disease and 41% for stroke. And finally, researchers have revealed that women who breastfeed their children for at least 6 months reduce their risk of type 2 diabetes by a staggering 47%. And for those who go less than 6 months, the risk is cut by 25%.
Bryan Cranston posted a message on his Facebook page letting Breaking Bad fans know about a change in his life.
A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
He's the one who knocks, but he is not the one who will sign autographs anymore on items that are mailed to him. Cranston posted this picture to Facebook with a caption that read in part, "This is the third double stack of fan requests. I'm just overwhelmed. After 18 years of signing anything and everything for fans, I'm retiring." He did say he will still take pictures and sign things for people he meets in person. Cranston isn't the first celeb to stop signing autographs. Steve Martin famously had business cards to give out that said, "This certifies that you have had a personal encounter with me and that you found me warm, polite, intelligent, and funny." And Jonah Hill took a similar approach, but his cards reportedly said, "I just met Jonah Hill. It was a total letdown." Bill Murray will sign autographs, however, but he may not sign his name. Like this instance at a golf tournament where he signed Miley Cyrus on an unsuspecting fan's forehead. So guess it doesn't hurt to ask for an autograph, but with some celebs, you may end up getting something completely different. Former NFL players are calling for the elimination of tackle football for young children. Pro Football Hall of Famers Nick Buonaconti and Harry Carson teamed up with four-time Pro Bowler Phil Villapiano and researchers from Boston University. They want tackle football eliminated for kids under 14, saying young children should play flag football instead. The players and researchers are concerned about CTE, a degenerative brain condition that is caused by blows to the head. They pointed to research showing CTE can start early in life and without any signs of a concussion. They say the final decision is up to the parents, but they want to make sure parents have enough information to make an informed decision.
A new report released by Human Rights Watch says nursing home residents suffering from dementia are being controlled with heavy doses of antipsychotics, even though there are rules to prevent these drugs from becoming chemical restraints. And here's the thing that's powerful about this, Kristen, is the fact that it's come from Human Rights Watch.
Yeah.
And this was the standout stat. More than 179,000 people, mostly older and living with dementia, are given antipsychotic drugs without an appropriate diagnosis.
That's shocking, and it's very sad. And I know the FDA approved these drugs for psychosis, yet they're being used, according to this report, to keep patients quiet and manageable.
Yeah, it's to shut them up.
Right,
Isn't it? That's all
yeah.
it is to just shut them up.
Exactly what it is.
We've kind of been taught to believe by the loudest voices in the room that getting rid of regulations, that deregulation is an exclusively good thing. It depends on what the regulation is for.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I think to take that and then to personalize it a little bit, I mean, you have to think about your own family. A lot of these families are being put in a really hard position. They either keep their loved one in a place that's giving them drugs and they're kind of suffering for it, or take them home, but not everyone can afford 24-hour nursing care. That's very expensive. So if you can't afford it, you just accept the fact that your loved one's being drugged up. Is that what they do? All right, there's a new study done by researchers at New York University, and it found that political tweets have a greater chance of going viral when you use more emotional and moral language. So to put this in perspective, every word that's skewed as both emotional and moral increased the odds of being retweeted by 20% per word. So for this study, researchers examined 3 hot button issues, and that is gun control, same-sex marriage, and climate change on Twitter. They looked at these tweets and they found that they've got to be moral and emotional to go viral.
Yeah. I'm good at political tweets.
Yeah.
Not very good at the moral bit.
But the emotional bit, you've got that in the bag.
I got that in the bag. I actually wrote a tweet recently about gun control in America, and it just took off and got retweeted.
I'd love to see. Okay, so if we look at that tweet.
Am I a hero? You decide.
But did you choose your words carefully, or did you kind of just rant a little bit?
I put in a really powerful statistic. So I did it with emotion and I put in a powerful stat. So I think really powerful stats do the same thing. I mean, in a way, you have an emotional reaction to a really powerful statistic. But here's the thing. You can write as many powerful tweets as you like, and they don't really change anything. You know what I mean? It doesn't...
All right, how about this story? When a federal police dog in Jalisco, Mexico, gave the signal that something suspicious was in a plastic shipping container at the post office, no one could have guessed what it was. Inside, officers found a sedated Bengal tiger who was being express mailed by suspected traffickers. They put this tiger in a box and tried to express mail it. I'm going to show you this picture.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to show you this picture. So there's
the keyword is sedated, Kristen, right?
Yeah, but this little baby tiger looks very much awake to me.
How sedated is a tiger going to be when it's been in a box a while?
I know.
That tiger's going to be pissed.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If you're working in customs in Mexico and your sniffer dog indicates that there might be something dangerous in a package, a sedated baby tiger is basically the least worst thing it could be.
Right?
You know?
Hey, I agree.
You're with me.
I'm with you. More Top 30 in 60 seconds. Purses aren't just a fashion accessory. They're also a way to carry a variety of items needed throughout the day. But your carry-on might be carrying too much. According to Dr. Sabrina Strickland, your bag may be what's causing your back pain. Not only that, it could be worsening problems like herniated discs. She told Time magazine, when you carry a heavy bag on your shoulder, you kind of have to lift your shoulder or lean over to the other side. However long you're holding that bag, you're holding your spine in a curved way. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science backs up this claim, with researchers advising people not to wear purses on only one side. Additionally, lighten the load. Your purse should weigh less than 10% of your body weight. Another tip is to work your core. A strong center will improve posture and alignment issues. So avoid the back pain and carry on.
Food delivery firms in the US and UK are trying to take delivery to the next level by fine-tuning food delivery robots that will get your food or groceries to your front door without any hiccups. Services like Just Eat and DoorDash currently use a humanoid chaperone to make sure the robots arrive to their destination. But Kiwi, a new system out of UC Berkeley, is using intuitive technology to teach their robots when it's okay to cross the street. This ability will give robots not only the edge they need to swoop in and deliver food without a chaperone, but help in the last phase of the delivery process, getting products to your front door. Additionally, humans would monitor these robots remotely to make sure they're delivering as accurately as possible. Kiwi plans to branch out to Stanford University next year with the goal of eventually rolling out a fleet of robots across the country. A gene from green algae may help the blind see once again. A medical company plans to carry out trials in humans this year. The green algae has a protein that it uses to help it move towards light. Researchers injected the algae into blind mice and found it helped them develop the ability to sense light and dark. Now doctors will use a similar process to test the procedure out on humans. The goal is to convert cells that communicate information from the eye to the brain into cells that convert light into signals to the brain. The tests will go on for 1 year, and at this point doctors are not sure what the results will be, but are hopeful they will see some progress in the test patients.
One of every traveler's worst fears is finding bed bugs in their hotel. But according to a new study, most people don't even know what they look like. Researchers at the University of Kentucky found only 28% of leisure travelers and 35% of business travelers could correctly identify a bed bug from a lineup of common insects. Yet in that same survey, 60% said they would switch hotels if they found a bed bug in their room. Dr. Michael Potter said in a statement, considering all the media attention paid to bed bugs in recent years, the fact that most travelers still have a poor understanding of them is troubling. He added that the public's lack of knowledge about bed bugs probably contributes to their spread. Researchers recommend that hotels train their housekeeping staff to better identify bed bugs and develop a reputation management plan to respond to online reports of bed bugs at their facility. In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 13 Tampa Bay, Mr. Tommy's mobile music bus has been on the road for 6 years. Its leader, Tommy Gervin, has been a musician his entire life, and it brings him great joy to not only introduce music, but also exercise into the lives of children. The instruments and styles of music change weekly, so the kids never get bored. Our next story from Fox 35 Orlando. A month into Jonathan Lewis's deployment in Iraq, he found a friend for life. Peanut, as Jonathan named him, was only a few months old when the two crossed paths. When it was time for Jonathan to come home, he knew he needed to find a way to bring Peanut with him. And now, with the help of SPCA International and Operation Baghdad Pups, Peanut has been reunited with Jonathan in America. The now 9-month-old pup is no doubt excited for his new life. Our final story from Fox 4 Dallas. Mary Hinton, or Miss Mary as she's called, is often one of the first ones in and last ones out at the North Texas Food Bank. When Miss Mary retired in 2008, she started volunteering at the food bank 5 days a week. Miss Mary knows how important her new job is. She grew up with 7 brothers and a single mom, a house that often saw lean times. And her hard work is much appreciated as the North Texas Food Bank delivers 190,000 meals every day. If you've ever wanted to carry someone's words with you for eternity, Skin Motion Tattoo is what you're looking for. The company is behind the technology for personalized augmented reality tattoos. According to the Sound Motion website, the tattoos are possible thanks to a combination of audio processing, image recognition, computer vision, and cloud computing to create a mixed reality experience that lives on your skin. Chicago singer Sakira Angelique wanted to preserve a voicemail from her grandmother, who passed away a month after leaving the message. She tweeted, "Today I got that exact waveform tattooed across my heart, and I am able to play it just by holding my camera over it." What a creative and special way to keep someone's memory with you forever. Let's face it, we've all had issues with an airline at one point or another, but one carrier is hoping to resolve some of those problems 30,000 feet above the ground. American Airlines announced a plan to reimburse customers in flight for any complaints they may have. Those could include meal shortages, broken overhead lights, or seat malfunctions, just to name a few. Ross Feinstein, a spokesperson for American Airlines, said, quote, "We're resolving the issue at the first point of contact. Let's say you have an issue on the aircraft. Currently, you'd have that issue, send complaints to customer relations, and they'd give you some kind of compensation. But that's after the fact. This resolves it right there. Complaints would be reimbursed with reward miles, provided you're a member of American Airlines Frequent Flyer program. And it wasn't specified how many miles would be rewarded, but anything that makes your in-flight experience more enjoyable sounds like a good idea. If you find that you're most productive in the morning, you shouldn't be surprised. According to a book by Dan Pink called When: The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing, there's a perfect time to accomplish everything. Most people experience the day in 3 stages: peak, trough, and recovery. Since we peak in the morning, this is the best time for decision making. Attention spans wane in the afternoon, so leave later in the day for more creative tasks. For maximum efficiency, come up with new concepts later in the day and then implement them first thing the next morning. Unless you're a night owl, then ignore everything we've said until now, because your natural rhythm says you're most productive the later it gets and more creative earlier on. According to Pink, about 1 in 4 people experience the day in something closer to the reverse order: recovery, trough, peak. Align your productivity with your body's natural clock and maximize your life.
America's malls are dying. Experts tell CNN that 1/4 of America's malls will close within the next 5 years. Large department stores like Macy's, Sears, and JCPenney used to be the so-called anchors of large shopping malls, but in recent years, they've all closed locations. When they do, it becomes easier for other stores to break their lease or negotiate cheaper rent. That also means the same small stores can no longer take advantage of the foot traffic in and out of larger stores. One consultant said, when anchor stores close, it causes big problems for mall owners and other retailers in the mall. But the problem is not exclusively due to increased online shopping on sites like Amazon. The Chicago Tribune reports that for the past 2 years, spending at small mom-and-pop stores has outpaced large chain stores. According to data from MasterCard, those customers are even paying higher prices in exchange for more service and personal attention. Experts say the businesses that are able to provide that experience are in the best position to survive the so-called retail apocalypse.
Car shopping can be a challenge for those on the shorter side. The CDC says the average height for men in the U.S. is 5'9". For women, it's about 5'4". Experts say one of the most important considerations for short drivers is visibility. Car designs with shorter windshields, windows, and roof supports can feel claustrophobic. The Detroit Free Press made the rounds at the Detroit Auto Show to figure out which cars are best for the vertically challenged. The Subaru Forester was a favorite because its low dashboard helps drivers see out across the hood. The seats in the Ford EcoSport are height adjustable, but didn't put drivers too close to the steering wheel. 2 Chevy models made the list. Pickup shoppers can look at the Colorado with its shallow dash and comfy seats. Those looking for a crossover might like the new Trax with its large windshield. Smart 4 is a short car for short people. While it's only 106 inches long, its design keeps it from feeling small on the inside. Your individual physique will determine what car works for you, so make sure to drive before you buy. Plastic pollution in oceans is threatening coral reefs. About 8 million tons of plastic are dumped in the ocean every year. A study from Cornell University found that plastic is getting caught on reefs. The study found that when coral comes into contact with plastic, its chances of diseases go from 4% to 90%. The plastic can cut open the surface of the coral and spread disease from the water or bacteria that are on the garbage. The scientists estimate over 11 billion plastic items are stuck on the reefs in the Pacific. By 2025, they think that will increase by 40%. The reefs help provide food for over 275 million people. They give shelter to fish and other marine life. For some communities, they're a tourist attraction. They also help protect coasts from storm surge in the event of a hurricane. The study's authors estimate the benefits to fishing, tourism, and coastal protection are worth about $375 billion just in the U.S. The study concludes that better waste management can protect coral by cutting down on pollution.
The race car of the future could be electric. Unlike other race car series, Formula E uses electric vehicles only. This week, it unveiled the car that will compete in its upcoming season. The car is built by a French company called Spark. It will be driven by teams from Audi, Jaguar, and BMW. The CEO of the series told ESPN the cars will be faster and will have almost double the amount of energy storage capacity and double the range. The last point is important. Since 2014, drivers in Formula E have had to change cars in the middle of competition because their batteries couldn't last for a 50-minute race. That changes with the new model. The increase in power is also supposed to make competition more exciting for fans. The new car is also supposed to be safer. It uses a loop above the cockpit called a halo to protect drivers from head injuries. The car will make its racing debut at the end of this year.
There's an Etsy shop called Little Brick Lane that will create an exact replica of your house out of Legos. It's run by Sherry Austrian, and not only does she get the outside of the house to match your home, but the inside is completely done as well. Just look at some of these photos. Every room is decorated and copied to scale, just as it is in the real house. A complete set of architectural plans would allow me to create the most accurate scale model of your home, as I can match the measurements specified on your plans, Austrian says on her page, noting detailed photos can also do the trick. As you can imagine, this entails a lot of work, and it doesn't come cheap. The houses start at $2,500.
Thank you for watching. You can catch up with past episodes of Top 30 now on Hulu. You can also download the Top 30 mobile app and visit our website. We want to hear from you, so connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Like, follow, and subscribe to @Top30TV for interviews and exclusive web content. We will see you next time on Top 30.